Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth, and today we are going to be looking at wrap-ups for both my attempt at doing the Mental Health Awareness Readathon and the middle grade May Readathon. So let's get started. So, as you probably know by now, mental health awareness is a big, huge deal and is made even more so during the month of May because it is the American Mental Health Awareness Month. And so we had a readathon. Well, other people had a readathon. I attempted to have a readathon. And yeah, there were 7 things that you could do, 7 challenges to find a book to fulfill. And I actually didn't do a good job. I had a good TBR for it, but I started last minute and things came up. So basically, I didn't get much read at all. I am still about halfway through Fever City. This fulfilled the reading a book that has a main character with mental health issues. This main character has PTSD. There are also characters in here that have, I ran across one with multiple personality. There are depression. There are a couple of psychotics in here, etc., etc. So this book is full of conspiracy theories and it has many mental health issues discussed, and they are discussed in the way they would have been discussed in the 60s. So it is actually a really good look at how it was handled back then, and it goes back and forth between 60, 64, and 2014. So seeing the differences was very interesting. Now, it doesn't focus on the mental health issues, but it does not shy away from discussing them either. So this is very good so far, and I took a break for middle grade May reads, but I'm looking forward to diving back into this next week. Next, I read a nonfiction about mental health, and that was a reread for me. This is the biography of Freud, and it is a graphic novel, so that's great. And it also fulfilled the having green on the cover. So that fulfilled 2 because green is the health color. And then I read The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. Maggie Stiefvater has actually said, she has suffered with depression and she has suffered with anxieties. Those are actually pretty common in authors. I don't remember the numbers, but I was reading an article the other day where they did research between creative types and non-creative types, and then authors specifically as opposed to people who just kind of play Pinterest goals on the weekends. And authors have a tendency to be higher anxiety issues, higher issues with depression. Just the numbers were staggering. So this is written by someone who has dealt with that, and the boys in here have some issues as well. One of the newer characters has PTSD because he was kidnapped as a child. Just goes on and on. But this book was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I will be doing a written review for the series, and I will be doing a video going over the entire series, doing little mini reviews, and then a discussion on the whole thing. So look for that in the next few weeks. I'm going to work on getting that done. This is a great book and a great series, and that is all I read for mental health awareness. Yeah, there are 7 challenges, and I fulfilled 3, 4 if we count Freud for both the green cover and the nonfiction. But it was something I already knew, so I don't really know if I can count it for the nonfiction about a part of mental health you don't know that much about. So, but that's what I did. I did attempt it, and next year I will try to be better prepared for it. So, along with and slightly overlapping the mental health awareness readathon came the middle grade May Reads readathon hosted by Akos. And she also just announced that July 1st through July 8th will be the summer readathon for middle grade. So I'm really looking forward to that. Any books I didn't get to on my TBR for this one will probably be added to that one, but let's talk about the books I did get to. First, I buddy read Seraphina and the Black Cloak with a cost. This is by Robert Beatty. I gave it 4 stars. I'm not going to discuss it any further. I have a review and I discussed it in my vlog, so I will link those up there, down there, whatever, and you guys can see what I had to say if you want to. And that cost was my first buddy read, so that was awesome. Thank you for the readathon and for being my first buddy read. Next, I read Firefly Code by Megan Fraser Blakemore. I also did a review for this one and discuss it in my vlogs a lot, so I'm not going to say too much more about it other than I gave it a 4-star as well. I'm getting really good at picking out books that I'm going to enjoy, so I think all of these are 4 or 5 stars, just to let you know. Next, I read Deep Wizardry by Diane Duane. This is the second in the Young Wizard series. I did a full review for the first one, which is So You Want to Be a Wizard, and I will link that down below as well. If you want to know more about this, again, I talked about it on both of my vlogs, and I will have the second vlog up after I do some more editing. But if you want a fuller review and a closer look at the book, just let me know down below, and I will get that done for you. I also started on the audiobook and then kind of went back and forth between reading in the book and listening to the audiobook for Dandelion Fire. This is the second in the 100 Cupboards trilogy by N.D. Wilson, and this is fabulous. If you like fantasy and want a little bit of a different twist, I think that you should definitely read this series. It is very well written, and that book was even better than the first. It's amazing. The first one was a little slow. That one was much more fiery, I guess you could say. Dandelion Fire. Did you see what I did there? I did also begin listening to the audiobook for Al Capone Does My Shirts, but I only got a couple of minutes into it before midnight, so I don't think that really counts. What does count, however, is Night Gardener by Jonathan Auxier, which is way over there, and I'm sitting down over here, so I'm not going to grab it and show you the cover again. But I got to page 34 and then stopped reading because I had an idea for my book and wrote like 4 pages worth of my next book instead of reading. So I only got to page 34, but I am continuing with that one and will be finishing it this weekend. However, Al Capone, I think I'm going to send back to the library and then pick it up again when we start the summer middle grade read along. Huh. Anyway, that's all I've got for my wrap-ups for both the mental health awareness and the middle grade May reads. So if you participated, if you want to know more about the books, if you want me to do more complete reviews, whatever it is you've got to say, just leave it for me down below. Can't wait to hear from you. Please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you liked the video, and please subscribe if you're new. I would love to see you more often. I will see you guys again soon. Bye.